students, we are going to start a new lesson, that is cell division. In this lesson, the first topic that we are going to study is cell cycle. The definition of cell cycle is sequential events occurring in the life of a dividing cell is called cell cycle. Or in simple words, we can say that the series of changes taking place in life of a dividing cell is called cell cycle. This is the diagram of cell cycle. It shows that the cell cycle is mainly divided into two phases. The first phase is called as interphase and the second phase is called as M phase. This green color, it represents interphase, and this blue color, it represents M phase. Interphase, it is further divided into three substages, that is G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Now the first phase, that is G1 phase, this one, it represents first, and G, it represents growth. So G1 phase, it is also called as first growth phase or post mitotic phase. Now why it is called as post mitotic phase? Because G1 phase, it takes place after the M phase. Therefore it is called as post mitotic phase. S phase, it is called as synthetic or synthesis phase, and G2 phase, it is called as second growth phase or pre-mitotic phase. G2 phase is also called as pre-mitotic phase because it takes place before M phase, that is mitotic phase, hence called pre-mitotic phase. Now the time taken for each phase differs. For G1 phase, it is 8 hours or more than that. For S phase, it is 6 to 8 hours. For G2 phase, it is 2 to 5 hours. And for M phase, it is 1 to 3 hours. So this is interphase, and these are the sub-stages of interphase. Now after interphase comes M phase, which is again subdivided into these phases. But first we'll see the important events that take place during these three stages. In the first phase, that is G1 phase of interphase, synthesis of proteins, that is enzymes, takes place, and synthesis of energy molecules required for the process of cell division also takes place in the G1 phase. S phase, the name itself indicates synthetic or synthesis. In this phase, replication of DNA takes place and histone proteins are also produced. In the G2 phase, synthesis of RNA and spindle protein take place. Cell organelles are doubled or duplicated so that the cell organelles are equally distributed among the daughter cells. This interphase, it is the longest phase of the cell cycle because lot of preparations are going on in this phase, therefore it is the longest phase. Interphase, or during this phase, cell is highly active and prepares itself for the process of cell division. The preparations such as growth of cell takes place, the cell organelles gets duplicated, and synthesis of material or the substances required for the cell division also takes place during the interphase. Hence it is the longest phase. And then after interphase comes the next phase, that is M phase. So just have a look at this first. These are, as we have seen just now, phases of cell cycle, or the cell cycle is mainly divided into interphase and M phase. Further, interphase, it is divided into three substages, that is G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. In G1 phase, synthesis of proteins, that is enzymes, and synthesis of energy molecule take place. Whereas in S phase, replication of DNA takes place and histone proteins are produced. Whereas in the G2 phase, synthesis of RNA and spindle protein take place, as well as the cell organelles are doubled or duplicated. So now we have to see the M phase of cell cycle. The M phase of cell cycle, the M phase of cell cycle is further divided into two stages, that is karyokinesis and cytokinesis. The word karyon, it means nucleus, and kinesis, it means motion or movement. For cytokinesis, the word cyto, it means cytoplasm, and kinesis means again movement or motion. So karyokinesis means division of nucleus. So in short, you can define karyokinesis as division of nucleus is called as karyokinesis, and division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. At the end of karyokinesis, two daughter nuclei are formed. That means one nucleus, it will get converted into two daughter nuclei, and at the end of cytokinesis, two daughter cells will be formed. So during the process of cell division, first karyokinesis will take place, and after the completion of telophase, then cytokinesis will take place. And once cytokinesis gets over, a single cell gets converted into two daughter cells. Now karyokinesis, it is again divided into four stages or four phases, that is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So these are the four phases of karyokinesis or this M phase. Now M, it can be mitotic or meiotic division. In short, we write it as M phase. Now let's see in the diagram also these phases. So this is M phase, which takes place after the G2 phase of interphase. Now M phase, as we have seen, it consists of two phases or two steps, that is karyokinesis and cytokinesis. So this prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, this is karyokinesis. At the end of telophase or karyokinesis, two nuclei will be formed, and after this cytokinesis will take place, in which the cytoplasm is distributed among the daughter cells, and after cytokinesis, two daughter cells will be formed, which indicates that the process of cell division is completed, and from a single daughter cell, two daughter cells are produced. Thank you.